So this is the question that we are going to look at. And this question requires you. The requirement is that you need to show the amounts that is payable using forward contract and also money market, forward contract and money market. Now, forward contract, at least now you know. Now we are looking at money market. Forward contract, you know the rules. The rules, number one, in forward contract, you need to ask yourself, what is the role of the bank? Whether it is payment or receipt, you need to ask yourself, what is the role of the bank? Once you know the role of the bank, then from there you can now proceed. In money market, you need to understand this. For foreign payments or for foreign receipts, you borrow foreign, then invest local. For foreign payments, you borrow local, then invest in foreign land. What we mean, we are looking at different ways of hedging against risk in business. And we say that risk occurs when there is exchange of currencies from one to another. For you to exchange currencies, that means that definitely you are having more than one currency that you are trading with. Probably you are doing business with somebody from a different country. That is why you have to change the currency. So from that concept, there is a foreign land and then there is home. So when I say that borrow local, I mean borrow from the country where the investor is. And when I say invest in foreign, I mean for invest in the country where which the investor is trading with or business person is trading with. So that's what we mean here. Remember those formulas? Foreign boyfriend buys land still. Or this one, for foreign receipts, foreign boyfriends funds the dinner, buys dinner. So we have FRB, foreign boyfriends buys dinner. And then for foreign payment, we have the foreign payments, we have investment in foreign land while borrowing in local. So why are we doing this? Let's say that we have here Uganda. You are supposed to receive some money like 2 million from Uganda. If you happen to convert this 2 million, it is going to incur you some cost. So what do? Because what you're trying to hedge is against the future exchange rate. Remember, when you're doing business, you're okay with the rates today. But in the future, you're not very sure in 3 months' time what the rate will be. So what you can easily transfer money now or convert money now. But in the future, you don't want to wait because you don't know what the future holds. That is why in this case, Anwai Guru needs to make payment in 3 months. And so her problem is, what will happen in 3 months' time? Wakati huu, tuko sure we know what the rate is. But in 3 months' time, anything can happen because of economic conditions. Something can happen. So for us to against that future exchange risk, we can use either forward contract, tunaelewana sahihi on a fixed rate, so that whatever happens in future, we don't have a problem. We go with what we agreed. In money market, we need to find a way of hedging against that future exchange rate. And that is the concept. So if I was to receive the money today, I will convert in the current currency. But in future, I don't know what I'll get. What I do, I'll now hedge it against the foreign currency by investing in that land, so that by the time my investment matures, I use it to make the payment at that time. I will not be able to convert anything. You remember what we learned when we were looking at non-contractual hedging techniques, and one of them was matching. Still, we say that you match the payables and the receipts. So what you're going to do, you make sure that if you're supposed to receive 2 million in 3 months' time, you need to have something like a loan that you can pay in 3 months' time. Are we together? So you are supposed to receive 3 million in 3 months' time, but you don't want to wait because you don't know what will happen. So go and borrow now an amount. You go and borrow in that country an amount that will also mature in 2 months' time, such that in 2 months' time or 3 months' time, when this one is due for receipt, it will also due for payments. So we have 2 million loan and 2 million receipt. So by the time 3 months reaches, you are supposed to pay this amount after 3 months. At that time, you are supposed to receive 2 million. At that time, you are also supposed to pay 2 million. In other words, nasema, kama inafaa upate pesa in 3 months time from US, lakini saa hii uko sure of the rate, we are not sure what will happen in 3 months time. Kwa hivyo we are risking if we say that let's wait and receive that money in 3 months time because of the differences in exchange rate. So what we do, tunapanda ndege leo, tunaenda US. When we go to US, we tell the bank in US, I need money. Give me a certain amount of money. I don't know how much it is, but give me a certain amount of money that if I invest today, in 3 months time, it will be equal to 2 million. Kwa sababu kuna 2 million I'm expecting to receive in that 3 months time. So give me money now. In 3 months time, that money should be equal to 2 million. The principal plus interest should be equal to 2 million. Nitatumia hiyo pesa yangu kulipa hiyo deni. So you go and borrow a certain amount in US that is equivalent to 2 million that you're supposed to receive in 3 months time. Invest that amount. Then in that period, after 3 months, when the loan is due for payment, you go and take your receipt, the amount that you're supposed to receive, alafu na clear your deni. So in 3 months time, there is no money you are coming with to Kenya. Hakuna pesa utabeba kwa ndege ikikuja, right? You will only go and tell them, chukua ile pesa yangu, ulipe deni yenu. Now, and they are in the same currency. So you are matching your receipts and payables. That is a matching concept. So what are we going to do? We are going to borrow today. And when you are borrowing today, after taking that amount, we come with it to Kenya. So you go to UK, borrow in UK, panda ndege na hiyo pesa kuja Kenya, invest it in Kenya. Because you are going to change it with spot rate. You are going to convert it to the spot rate today so that you invest now. So by the time the one that you borrowed in UK is mature or it is due for payment, you simply use what you are supposed to receive and pay because it is a foreign receipt. So that is why we are saying for any foreign receipt, go there, borrow and come and invest home, but borrow from that foreign country where you will receive the money in 3 months time. But you make sure that you borrow what is equal, and also the terms must be equal. The period should be equal. So if the receipt is in 3 months time, borrow and pay in 3 months time. So that is why we are saying for foreign receipts, any money that you're receiving in foreign land, borrow huko, then come and invest in Kenya. Another thing that you need to understand, if you borrow in one country, you can't invest in that country, you invest in another country. So if you borrow in foreign land, you come and invest locally. If you borrow locally, you go and invest in foreign. You don't borrow in Kenya and invest in Kenya. You don't borrow in US and invest in US. Are we together somewhere? You need to understand. If you borrow in one land, one land, you don't invest in that same land. You go and invest in a different one. Now, let's look at now this particular case. How can we trade this? Because you are going to borrow today, you convert it with today's rate, then you come with it and invest in Kenya. You wait, your loan utalipa in 3 months time. So let's look at how this one goes. But because the question wants us to start with the forward market or forward rate, let's look at the forward exchange rate first and see how this one goes before we go to money market. At least now you know the rules in money market. We shall be able to do this as an example. So in money market, solution for this question. The first thing you need to ask yourself, what is the exchange rate? What is the nature of exchange rate? So which kind of exchange rate are you having? What is the exchange rate? In forward market, we use the spot rate or 3 months forward rate. In forward market, which one are we using? In forward market. Are we using the future rate or the spot rate? Anna Waiguru wants to make some payment. She's going to import motor vehicle in Japan. She needs to make payment in 3 months time, 3 million. Wakati huo kuna pesa atalipa. So unaulizwa how much will she pay in 3 months time? Which rate are we using? Is it the spot rate or the 3 months forward rate? We have done this before. 3 months forward rate. 3 months forward rate. Because she has imported the motor vehicle, or she will be importing the motor vehicle. What is important is that the payment is going to be made in 3 months time. Maybe she has gotten into the contract today. She has gotten the motor vehicle, but is paying in 3 months time. She has supplied something to be paid in 3 months time. What you need to look at is when will the payment happen? Is it 6 months or 3 months? So use that rate. So therefore, we are using the forward rate, forward contract. We are using forward rate. The rate is 1.3 to 1.34. Now, this one is a foreign payment. It is for payment. She's going to pay in 3 months time. Between which country? Kenya and Japan. So we are trading between Kenya and Japan. You can see that through the currencies. Now, what will be what is the nature of this quotation? Nature of this quote or type of quotation? Is it direct or indirect? The quotation is direct or indirect? Winnie is saying that quotation is direct. Any other person? Ruth is saying it is direct. Now, for those who are not in, how do you know that this quotation is direct or indirect? For forward market or forward exchange, there are 2 types of quotation. We have direct and indirect. For direct, you will be given the amount of foreign currency, that you require to buy 1 unit of the amount of home currency, sorry, the amount of local currency that you require to buy the 1 unit of foreign currency. Yani utaambiwa ni pesa ngapi unahitaji in Kenyan shillings so that you can get 1 unit of the foreign currency. In this case, they are saying Kenyan shillings per 1 unit. So the one currency is the yen. Yen is the one currency. That is why it's saying per. So what yen is the single currency. So it means that we have 1.32 per yen, which is the currency. So this rate looks like that. So we have Kenyan shillings per 1 yen. So you have been given the amount of home currency, which is the amount of Kenyan shillings that you require to exchange with 1 yen. It is also amount of Kenyan shillings that you require to exchange with yen. So we know it is direct. For indirect, they will give you the amount of foreign currency, that you require to exchange with the local currency, 1 unit of local currency. So it is the opposite one. It's the opposite of this. Now, the next thing that you need to ask yourself, what is the role of the bank? What is the role of the bank? Now, for any payment, when you want to make any payment, you'll go to the bank and tell the bank, I need to import some motor vehicle from Japan, but I only have Kenyan shillings. Can you help me with Japanese yen? So the bank will sell to you yen, right? You are going to make payment. You are going to make, for receipt, the bank buys from you. You are the one who has the item. But for payment, it is you who is looking for the payment, to make the payment. Utaenda na Kenya shillings kwa bank, waambie bank, please, can you sell to me some yens? I want to send them to US. I want to use them to buy something. Are we getting this? Are we getting this? Winnie, tuko pamoja? What I'm saying is that when you want to make payment to US, you don't have US dollars. So what you'll do, you will go to the bank and tell the bank, can you sell to me some dollars? Can you sell to me some dollars? I am buying dollars, but the bank is selling dollars. So we are looking at the role of the bank. What is the bank doing? When you are making payment outside, you go to the bank and buy from the bank. So the bank sells to you. But if it is a receipt, it means that you're going to receive money. You have received dollars. You sell to the bank. You give the bank, I have some dollars I'm selling. Chukua hizi dollars, nipe Kenya shillings. So the bank is buying from you because you have it. You have received it. So for receipts, the bank buys. For payments, the bank sells. Can you write something like that at the top of your book? For all receipts, bank buys. For all payments, bank sells. Kuanzia hapo. And that is, I think that is what I taught you the other time. Check your notes. For all receipts, bank buys because you have received. So the bank buys from you as the investor or the customer. Wanakupea Kenya shillings, wanachukua hiyo dollar. They buy dollars. So if that is clear, then what is the role of the bank here? The bank will sell. The bank has to sell to you yen so that you can use it to buy. The bank will sell to you yen, and then you can use it to buy the motor vehicle. You remember you need 3 million yen. You need 3 million Japanese yen. You don't have it. So the bank will sell to you. You will buy, but the bank's role is to sell. Now, after understanding that, then we say that under this direct quotation, apart from understanding what we say, then we need also to understand that in direct quotation, the bank buys at low price but sells at high price. So which rate is the bank using to buy? What is the buying rate? Is this buy or sell? Do we buy at 1.35 or we sell at 1.355? The bank sells or buys at this rate. Which one is this? The bank will buy here or sell here. For direct, according to this expression, which one is sell, which one is buy? Is this buy or sell? The bank buys low, sells high for direct. Your 1.35 falling, 1.3 falling, sell or buy. So this one is buy, sell. Now there are things that you need to learn first. You need to know which one is sell, which one is buy. And you can only do that after knowing the type of quotation. If it is direct quotation, you need to allocate. Then the next thing now is to get the role of the bank. Ukifika hapo, you are a half done. Thank you so much, Winnie. You are a half done. So the bank will sell high, buy low, because it is direct quotation. Then the role of the bank here is to sell. Now, if you know that the role of the bank is to sell, then now we know the rate that we're using. Now, our rate, you say that X is the rate that we are going to use is 1.34. That is the exchange rate in 3 months' time. Now you can proceed and now calculate. So you can say that if 1 Japanese yen is equal to 1.34, 1 yen is this one. Therefore, the bank is selling. Therefore, 3 million is equal to how much Kenya shillings? 3 million Japanese yen This one is Japanese yen. 3 million yen is equal to what? 3 million yen is equal to what? So the most important thing is to know the rate. So we have 3 million times 1.34 all over 1. That is cross multiplication. This times this all over this. How much Kenya shillings are we going to use to pay? How much Kenya shillings is it that we're going to spend? Tukinunua hii gari na tulipe in 3 months time. How much Kenya shillings are we going to spend? That one we have used the forward pricing rate. How much Kenya shillings? So we are going to get to spend 4,020,000. So it means that if we wait for 3 months, najua tunataka kununua gari. Tunaweza amua to agree using the forward rate, alafu tungoje after 3 months tuende tulipe hiyo pesa. We're going to spend 4 million. 4 million. Are we together? 4 million. Okay, that is what we're going to spend if we decide to take the option of forward. Let's now look at the option for money market and see how money market works. So in money market, we know the rule. What you do for me in money market, chora kitu inakaa kama meza. You'll draw this. I'm assuming that you have this, but anyway, let me just use this for what I'm having. Then this one is the 3 months. Hapa, hii distance ndio 3 months. Tuko hapa na tunaenda hapa. Tuko hapa, tunaenda hapa. So this is the period. Are we together? Now, I want you to have it make sense for you. Just have this part, borrow. Here, invest. So therefore, you need to check which country are we talking about. Borrow here, invest there. We say that for money market, there are 2 rules. For foreign receipt, borrow foreign, invest local. So that when the receipt is ready to be received, you take it and pay the loan that you have borrowed. So therefore, is this a foreign receipt? No, this one is a foreign payment. This one is a foreign payment. Now for foreign payment, we say that for foreign payment, you do what? You borrow local, invest in foreign. You know that in 3 months time, you're supposed to pay some money in US. Borrow here, go and invest in US. You invest in US so that in 3 months time, use that money that you had invested to pay that loan, so that you don't have to exchange anything after 3 months or in 3 months time. So that means that this one, we are going to invest in US, in Japan, because it is a foreign payment. We are going to make payment in Japan after 3 months. So we need to invest in Japan. Therefore, this part will be Japan. It is the country where we are investing. And borrow here is Kenya. Are we together? That is how you decide. Unajiuliza, where am I going to borrow and where am I going to invest? Now, because you're going to make payment in 3 months time in Japan, you need to borrow in Japan. You need to invest in Japan. And if you're investing in Japan, it means that you're borrowing local. Borrow local. For foreign payment, borrow local. For foreign payments, borrow local, invest in foreign. Now we are going to borrow in Kenya. This is the period, 3 months. This is time. So you borrow today, this one is 3 months time. But this one today, time moves from here to here, right? So you borrow today a certain amount that we don't know. You go and invest it in Japan. You borrow it, convert it, go and invest Japan, and then you pay. Let me just have this one. Even in this one, we call it 3 months. Here, 3 months. This one is today. Okay. So we need to borrow a certain amount, invest here, and then in 3 months' time, it will be used to pay our amount here, 3 million. How can we know the amount that we're going to borrow? How can we know the amount that we need to borrow? It should actually in 3 months' time. 3 months' time, it should be 3 million. See, we are going to pay in Japan after 3 months from now. We're going to pay 3 million. So how much is it that we should borrow today? Today, we invest that will give us this. So what do? When we have the rates, you know the rates that we normally use, you first need to know how much is it that if we borrow today, in 3 months time, it will be this. Somebody is saying that we convert. Mwingine anasema aje? What do we do? We are investing here. We are going to invest here. Now your investment should give us 3 million. You have to live your time. So this column is for investment. You need to invest a certain amount of money here that will give you 3 million. So use the formula. What is the investment rate? We are going to invest in Japan. Ndio maana umepewa hizi rates hapa. So investment rate in Japan is? What is investment rate in Japan? There is amount that we need to borrow in Kenya. Na hiyo pesa, tukienda tukiinvest, we shall borrow it in Kenya, you convert it into Japanese yen. Then you invest it in Japan. When you invest it in Japan, it will give you 3 million. So investment rate in Japan, lending rate. See the Japan ndio. We have borrowing rate and investment rate. So this is the rate. So what you're going to do, you come and say that we have a certain amount. What is the rate? You normally have this formula here, that A is equal to P into 1 plus R. So najua hiyo. Calculate the present value. Yes. Naona sasa tunaendelea vizuri. A is equal to P plus, this one unaelewa vizuri, si ndio? Now you know the amount that you need, that is A, but you don't know the principal that you can invest. You don't know what you should invest here to give you this. So you say 3 million is equal to P that you don't know into 1 plus, what is the rate? Rate you said that is 3%, still, per annum. But we are only investing for how long? 3 months. This rate is per annum, per year, but we are going to invest for only 3 months. So it will be 3 all over 12. So we are coming here and saying that P is equal to, you cross 3 million all over. Calculate for me this. What is it? What percentage is that? That is can somebody solve for me this? Is 1 plus 0.03 times 3 all over 12. Somebody calculate for me that. What are you getting? In 0.03. How much do you need to invest here to give you 3 million. How much is it, the principal amount that is going to give you 3 million? So calculate for me this, what are you getting? Or if possible, just get me the figure, P. P, how much is it? How is it? I can also check my calculator. So this one is 0.03, 0.03 times 3 divided by 12. 0.03 times 3 divided by 12 plus 1. It cannot, however. It cannot. Your answer cannot happen. It is divide, not multiply. Divide. Hii inakuja 0. Wewe umecalculate hii na ukaongeza 1. Si hii ni 1. Umefanya hivyo, inakuja 1.0075. Sema kweli. Henry. Divide that. So what are you getting? This is a simple thing. You cannot invest more than 3 million to gain. Yes. Yes, team. Uko sawa. Haizi fanya biashara ya kuweka pesa more than 3 million. Alafu unapata 3. Which business is that? Inafaa elewe. So the best solution. Hii kitu najua yeye ameadd yote, labda ameadd na hii ndio akadivide. Hapa ndio ameconfuse. Lakini sasa I've broken it hivi. So get me the answer. Surely. Hatuwezi fanya hiyo. It is a 3 million divided by 1.0075. I'm getting the principal that you need to invest is 2.97767. That is the amount that you need to invest. Good. Umeongeza 49. Sawa. So we are saying that now my aim, because in 3 months time I should pay 3 million. So I need to think about an investment that I can do today. Nikifanya leo, itanipea 3 million in 3 months time. That investment is this amount. I need to invest. Tunaelewana? Sasa hii ni I invest today, na invest hii line ya leo. But in ya 3 months time. So I'm investing this amount today. In 3 months time, I'll get this. Tumeelewana? Now, if this is the amount that I know that I need to invest, if this is the amount that I know very well that I need to invest this amount. Nikienda Japan saa hii leo, alafu nichukue hiyo pesa ni invest, in 3 months time itanipea hii. So I need this amount. But I'm being told that in Japan I can only invest. I borrow in Kenya, local, borrow local, invest in foreign. For foreign payments, borrow local, go and invest in foreign, then pay time ikifika. So I need to get amount that is equivalent to this in Kenya shillings. I'm going to the bank today in Kenya, KCB, and tell KCB, give me amount that is equivalent to this. Nataka pesa yenye inatoshana na hii. Which rate am I going to use today? Which rate? Nikienda kwa bank nimwambie, I need some money today. Nataka kuenda Japan huko. Kuna kitu naenda kusort. Na hiyo pesa inafaa itoshana na 2.977, 66.49. Which rate am I using? The bank will give me, will use which rate? The rate that I have here. Is it 3 months or spot rate? Nimeenda KCB today. Kaambia nataka hiyo pesa. Natoshana hivyo. Which rate are they going to give me? They have to sell to me that amount. Alafu nipande ndege. Which rate? Which rate? Is it spot rate or forward rate? They are going to use the spot rate. Wanatumia rate ya leo because nataka hii pesa leo. So what is the bank? What is the role of the bank at that time? Nikienda kwa bank. The bank will sell to me. This one, the bank will sell. So I use selling rate. So I go back to the current rate. Selling rate is spot. Spot rate, selling rate ni 1.33. This is the selling rate. See, tulielewana hivyo. Hii ni sell, buy. Hii ni buy, sell. So, nikienda kwa bank sahi, we shall be discussing about this rate. Anakwambia, okay, I can give you 2.9 Japanese yen. But our selling rate, we sell it at 1.3 today. We are selling it at 1.3. Now, use that to exchange. So, exchange using spot rate. How can that happen? Now you say that if 1 Japanese yen is equal to 1.33 Kenyan shillings, right? Then how much should I give the bank to give me this amount? Alafu nipande ndege niende huko ni invest. So how much? So 2.9776667.49 is equal to how much Kenyan shillings? I need to give them how much Kenyan shillings so that they can give me that amount. You cross multiply this times this all over this. So it is 2.9776667.49 times 1.33. How much Kenyan shillings am I going to give them today? Now pair how much Kenyan shillings? So I'll have 2.77667.49 times 1.33. Sorry, 1.33. The amount that I have to give them in Kenya shillings. Remember, this one is Japanese yen. So here, 9. The amount that I need to give them so that they give me this amount today is 960 to 97.76. They need this amount. That is the amount that I'm going to borrow here. So it is 3. That is the amount that I'll borrow. I'll get in Kenya. 3.96. Are we together? So it means I didn't have money. I don't have money, by the way. Mimi ninaenda kwa bank KASNEB alafu naambia, can you give me some loan of this amount? Then use it to give me, change it for me in Japanese yen. So I'll borrow this amount today. After borrowing, I convert immediately nikiwa kwa bank to Japanese yen. Alafu nichukue hiyo yen nipande ndege mpaka Japan. Nikifika huko, it will be this amount still. I invest it. It will give me this amount. Alafu ninarudi. Sasa nitabaki Kenya nikipambana na deni. I was doing this because I'm comfortable with today's rate. Lakini najaribu kuhepa the future rate. I don't know how it will be. So that is what I'm trying to escape. So I'm okay with today's rate, the exchange rate, which is spot rate, but I don't know the future rate because of uncertainty. So nabaki nikilipa hii pesa. This is the amount that I'm now paying. This is today, but I need to pay it within 3 months. Within 3 months. Within 3 months. How much am I going to pay? So you come to borrowing rate. Ndio nijue how much will I pay in 3 months time. You come to Kenya. I'm now in Kenya and I'm looking at the borrowing rate. So you come to Kenya, look at the borrowing rate is 14%. Are we together there? That is Kenya rate, borrowing rate is 14%. That is what I'm now looking at. Now I'll come and now calculate how much am I going to pay? So you say here in 3 months time, we are going to have the amount that I'll pay. I don't know how much it is, but I know I'll borrow this. It is 3,960 to 97.76 into 1 plus the borrowing rate is 14%. So it is 0.14 times 3 months time all over 12. That is the amount that I'll pay. How much is it? So there we have 0.14 times 3 divided by 12 plus 1. So I'm having 3.960 297.76 times 1.035. 1.035. How much am I paying? Bank watachukua pesa gapi from me? So it is 1.035 times 3960 297.76. I'll pay this is the amount that I'm going to pay in Kenya shillings. Thank you. Hii ndio pesa nitalipa in Kenya shillings. At the end of the day, hii kimachua, hii ina cancel each other. Si niliinvest hapa, itafika 3 million alafu ijilipe huko. Mimi sasa nimebaki ni deal na deni ya Kenya, alafu I'll pay total of this. Now that is the amount that I'm going to pay if I use money market. If I use forward market, you know what I paid? It was 2 point. So money market, you now come here and say that analysis, unaandika hapo chini ndio wajue uja 10 plus analysis. Then you say that forward market is equal to 4 to how much was it? Go to the pattern for 0.20. Then money market, forward contract actually, sio forward market, forward contract. Money market is 4,098,908.18. Now, these ones are payments. This is your pesa nimepata, hizi ni pesa nimetoa kwa mfuko. Kwa hivyo, as a good business person, you don't want to give a lot of money. If it is payment, you go for the lowest. If it is the receipt, you go for the highest. So in your conclusion, which method would you advise this investor to go with? To be a method gani? Forward markets, ndio. So this is what you're going to have at the end. When you are away, we managed to calculate this. We managed to convert this using the spot rate, and we got the amount that we need to borrow. This amount that we borrowed today in Kenya shillings, in 3 months' time, we're going to pay it, and this is what we're going to pay. Therefore, we are now comparing the forward and the money market. And we realize, because it is a payment, if we go with the money market, it will be too much for us. We better pay using forward contract. We conclude and say, right in your conclusion, that optimal strategy is forward market because Waiguru will pay less. Optimal strategy is forward market because Waiguru will pay less. optimal strategy is money market because Waiguru will pay less. Can we proceed? I want us now to look at a question in one of the past papers. Now, feel free to ask any question. When teaching, I don't have any hurry. Sinanga haraka nikifunza. So I want us now to look at a question in 20. I think 2018 we can start with. 2018. This one. This is a question in November 2018. November 2018, question number. November 2018, question number 5. This one. 5B. So right there, November 2018, question number 5B. The question says that a large manufacturing firm in Kenya is tendering for an order in South Africa. The company is based in Kenya. You now shaona. It is tendering for an order in South Africa. The tender condition states that payment will be made in South African rands in 24 months time from now. So what does that mean? The company is based in Kenya. They want to do something for another company in South Africa. The company in South Africa will pay them in South African currency, that is rands. So it means that their quotation should also be in South African rands. You are quoting for them, they will pay you. So it means that your quotation should be in rands. Are we together? So the company is unsure what price to tender. They don't know how do I price it because we are in Kenya na wale wako huko. Now the company's marginal cost of production at the time of tendering is estimated to be Kenya shillings 2 million, and a 20% markup is applicable for the company. So their cost of production is 2 million, but whenever they are tendering, wanaongeza ka profit kadogo of 20%. So that means that in Kenya shillings, how much would they have quoted? Kama ingekuwa Kenya, they could have charged 2 million plus 20% markup, which is the profit. How much in Kenya shillings would that be in total that you think they could have quoted? White, a Kenyan client. How much? What is the selling price that could have been quoted in Kenya shillings? Selling price in Kenya shillings? Napa unashika rada ukienda, ukisoma hiki kitu unashika rada. 2.4 million. Sasa, so you say that quotation price is 2 million times 20% markup by, which gives you 2.4 million Kenya shilling. Now, these guys, if they were to quote in Kenya, they know what to quote. But now the problem is, they need to quote in rands because those guys can only pay them in rands. That is November 2018, question number 5B. November 2018, question number 5B. Thank you. Now, they are saying that a large company manufacturing, a large manufacturing firm based in Kenya is tendering for an order in South Africa. They want to supply something. The tender condition states that payment will be made in South African rands in 2 years' time. That is 24 months. 2 years' time, the watalipwa. So, of course, that is a forward rate. The company is unsure of what price to tender. The company's marginal cost of production at that time of tendering is estimated to be Kenya shillings 2 million, and a markup of 2%, 20% is given. The current exchange rate to Kenya shillings against rand is given as this. So we are having here spot rate only. Spot rate only. Our spot rate is given us. So nimulike hivyo ndio uone the board. So spot rate is given us 8.0252, 8.125. That is Kenya shillings against rand. So rand, they call it ZAR. I don't know why it is ZAR. It is not even Zimbabwe, but it is ZAR. South Africa and ZAR are two separate things. But that's fine. So which kind of quotation is this? Is it direct or indirect? Tuanzia hapo. Anytime you see quotation, that is the first question you ask yourself. Is it direct or indirect? Direct. And what do you think? Milka, what do you think? I wish people could log in with their name. Now, Huawei, I don't even know your name. See, Anne has logged in well. Milka, what do you think? Leah, Topista, Ruth. I want to see. Tell me the genuine one that you know. Vile wewe unaelewa, ndio tusaidiane. Is it direct or indirect quotation? That is the beginning. You can't solve these things if you don't know. Is it direct or indirect? Let's say direct. Yes. Remember what I said. Under direct quotation, you will be given the amount of local currency that is required to buy 1 unit of the foreign currency. How do you know that this one is 1 unit? They are saying per. Inamaanisha yenye iko huku ni 1 for each ZAR. So it is ZAR that is 1. So whatever you're seeing here relates to Kenya shillings. It is 8.25 Kenya shillings for each ZAR. Now, if you know that is the condition where you are given the amount of local currency. And how do you know that this one is local currency? Where the businessman is. The businessman is in Kenya. So the Kenyan currency is the home currency or local currency. So that one you understand well. The next rule for direct is that the bank will always buy low and sell high. For direct, the bank always buy low and sell high. So the buying rate is the low one. So buy here and sell here. That is another rule that you know. For direct, the bank buys low, sells high. For indirect, the banks buy high, sell low. That is another rule that you always remember. Always remember. Now, We have seen this. The next thing that examiner is saying is what? Let's see the additional information. Up to there to share interprets. Let's see the additional information. No forward rate exists for 24 months. That means that it is up to you to determine the forward rate. How hajapeana, it is you to do it. The market information between Kenya and South Africa is given as below. They are saying that annual inflation rate is 6% for South Africa and 8% for Kenya. Annual interest rates are available as follows for manufacturing firms. Borrowing rate is given as 12 for Kenya, for South Africa, and 18 for Kenya. Investment rate is given 8 to 6. Using the purchasing power parity model, recommend the tender price. So what are they telling you? They need you to get forward rate using purchasing power parity, right? Remember what I told you the other time? We can use interest rate parity or purchasing power parity. So with purchasing power parity, that is a PPP, we are saying that you can use a formula which says what? That forward rate is equal to spot rate times. Can somebody tell me? You can say it. Just talk. I need somebody to shout and tell me. Ruth, tell me. It is spot rate. Forward rate is spot rate times. And today Florence is not there. I'm not seeing Florence.
1 plus inflation of country C over 1 plus inflation of country B.
You are saying that 1 plus inflation of country C plus over 1 plus inflation in country B.
So C is country, home country.
Home country. So this one is the home country. This one is foreign. How do you know that C is home country? Why do you think C is home country? Because this is the numerator here, and then this one is denominator. It is the Kenya shilling that is on top, and then ZAR is down. So the ZAR is down here, Kenya shilling is also on top. And hiyo niliwafunza kama haukuwa. What we are saying for you to know, because for indirect they will have now Kenya shillings here, and then they have Tanzania, Uganda shillings. Imekuja kwanza. Wakiweka pa, and you're using this formula, the one that is on top remains on top. The one that is under remains under. Hiyo ndio siri. So huyu akisema home country, home currency, anasema kwa sababu home currency ndio ilikuwa on top. Na sio kwa sababu it is automatic. Because next time it can be indirect, where now home currency ndio iko hapa and the foreign is here. Just have home here and foreign here. Sasa, thank you. I know you know that anyway. Now, we can now proceed and proceed with this and now have. Which rate are we using? According to the information, are we using the buying rate or the selling? At that time in 3 months' time, we are going to tender now. And we need to give them a rate that will be used in 3 months' time. So we are using the rate which is the forward rate. And we have now to consider which one are we going to use to quote. What will be the role of the bank at that time? What will be the role of the bank? Your time ikifika 3 months' time. So Win is saying that the bank will buy. Another person? The role of the bank depends on whether this one is a receipt or payment. Is it a receipt or payment? Is it going to be a receipt or payment on our side? I project question. They are saying recommend the tender price. That is the question. What will the bank do at that time? buying since we are going to be paid in ZAR. So the bank will buy. Yeah, we're going to be paid in ZAR. Pesa itaingia kwa account in ZAR, and then we tell the bank, you know, I've been paid in ZAR. Can you take it from me? So the bank will buy. For foreign receipts, the bank buys. For any receipt, the bank buys. So the role of the bank here is to buy. Na hiyo tumeelewana vizuri. So we know, once you know that the bank will buy, then use the buying rate to calculate the forward buying rate. Use the spot buying rate to help you get the forward buying rate. If it was selling, use the spot selling rate to calculate the forward selling rate. Now, we are going to have our 8.025 into, tell me now, we have here the foreign currency, for the country's rates. Let's look at the rest now. Inflation for home, which is Kenya. Inflation for Kenya is 8. And then this other one 6. Sindio? 6, 8. So we are using inflation. Kama wangetupea interest rate, hawezi tupea interest rate hapa because they have confused themselves. Unaona interest, kuna interest rate ya borrowing and ya lending. So hapo hawatakupea hiyo side. They will give you interest rate when they are having one rate. Whether it is lending or borrowing, it is only one. Lakini hapa wame specify which rates they are. So they can't tell you to use the interest rate parity. They have only asked for inflation. So this one, we have 8 and 6. So you have here 1 plus 8% times how many months? 24 all over 12, which is 2 years. So have it over 12. If it is 6 months, have it over 6. If it is 1 year, then it is the same as 12 over 12, which is that's 8, because 8 is per annum. If it is 3, have it 3 all over 12. So this one, you work with this first. All over 1 plus 6% times 24 all over 12. Don't miss. Usikose kumaliza CPA kwa sababu umesahau hii. Please. Usikose kupita hii kitu because of a small mistake like that. So this one is just like 2 times this one. Hii ni 2 times this, ndio? So 2 times 0.08 ni ngapi? Alafu kuna add 2.0 times 0. So 0.08 times 2, that is 1.6. Hii sasa naona hii inakaa 0. Ama niweke hapa. This one is going to be 8.25 into 1.016. Should like that? No. It is 1.16 all over. This one is this plus this, that is 1.12. What is the rate? 1.16 divided by 1.12. The answer times 8.025. So we are getting 8.31. The answer is 8.31. That is our forward rate. Na hakuna mwenye atapinga hiyo. That is our forward rate. And that is the rate that we are now going to use to work with. Our forward rate we have calculated to be like that. Na mtu asipinge hiyo. So we are saying now that now we know the rate in future. So in Kenya, we were to buy at 24. Kama ingekuwa Kenya ingekuwa 2.4. Now in ZAR. So you say that if 1 ZAR in 3 months time, of course, it will be 8.312. Therefore, how much should I quote for this person to give me 2.4 M Kenya shilling? That is equal to this side. So you multiply here in ZAR. We are saying that in 3 months' time, 1 ZAR will be 8.312. Therefore, how much ZAR will be equal to this one if I were to give them? So we are having 1 ZAR times 2.14 M all over, of course, this one is Kenya shillings, all over 8.312 Kenya shillings. So this cancel each other. The answer that you're going to get is ZAR. Remember, this one is million. So you can just put it 2.4 million, just have it full. So mimi nitaka kufanya full. Ndio kazi yangu ikuwe rahisi. So that is 24,000,000 divided by 8.312. So 288. So I'll put for them to give me this amount. .17 ZAR. And the examiner will give you a big tick. Is there anybody mwenye ako na matatizo? Anybody with a challenge there? Anybody with a challenge there? Okay. If we now have to calculate it in money market, we have our forward rate. We have our forward rate. Can we try this thing in money market? Though the question has not asked. Do you think that utatoboa money market? The examiner hajauliza, but you pocketed your 7 months. Examiner has not asked for money market. We can try. How many believes that we can do that? We give it a try. Yeah, tutarudia kwa sababu tumepata answer tayari. Spot rate we shall use. Bado iko. So let's try money market. Kindly toka ni screen or screenshot. I'm on transit. Oh, Winnie, you can take it. Take it. Okay, so let's try money market and see if it can make sense. Money market, we say that you need to draw. I just want to see if things are okay, it can work. But if there is any information missing, might not work. So we come here, draw a table. Then this one is borrow. To avoid confusion, just have borrow here. And then you have invest here. So this one is a foreign receipt, not payment. The other one was payment. The one that we did was foreign payment. Tuko pamoja? Hii sasa ni foreign receipts. So in foreign receipt, we know that in foreign receipt, we do what? We borrow where? Foreign receipt, borrow foreign still. So hapa nitakuwa South Africa. So hapa nitakuwa South Africa because we borrow here. And then we shall invest in Kenya. Tuko pamoja? So hiyo tumemalizana nayo. Hata hapa ni watu niandike buy hapa juu. Sell here. Right? It's 2 years time. So this period should be 2 years. So we are going to borrow foreign because it is a foreign receipt. Then we invest in Kenya. So what are you supposed to do? Where do you start from? Where do we start from? We know the amount of Kenyan shillings that we should get, 2.4 million. in 3 months time or in 2 years time. This is the period. This Kenya, this is the period. Unaona vile unaanza? Hapa ndio Kenya. This is where we're going to invest. In 3 months time, we should get this amount. So you say that you need amount that will give you 24 or 2.4 million in Kenya. So it means that you need to look at the lending rate. How much is it that you need to, wacha hii niweke hapa, hii ni forward rate, 8.312. So how much is it that I need to invest in Kenya to give me this amount? How much do I need to invest in Kenya to give me this amount in 2 years time? This is 2 years, after 2 years. So you say amount is equal to principal that we don't know, 1 plus R. Then we have our 2.4 or 2 million is equal to P, which we don't know, into 1 plus, what is the lending rate? The investment rate, sorry, investment rate in Kenya. We're going to invest, so we go to investment rate in Kenya and check there. Investment rate in Kenya. We are given investment rate in Kenya is 6%. Sindio? It's 6%. So we are saying that is 6 per annum, which is 0.06, sindio? Raised to power 2 years. Siko sawa? Nyinyi mlifanya FM juzi huko kwa intermediate level. Is this how you get the principal? Is that how you do it? Huh? So calculate for me that. So our P is going to be 24 over 1.06 raised to power 2. Yaani Keboy asha calculate. Yeah, amepata tayari. Anasema P is equal to. Keboy, have you confirmed that I'm right here? Is it correct? As much as you are calculating. Najua nyinyi ndio mlifanya hizi vitu juzi tu. I did this in 2014, 2015 huko. So this is the amount that you need to invest today in Kenya so that in 2 years time you can get 2.4 million. Kindly confirm that Keboy is right. So that is 2 point. This Kenya shillings. Now this amount is what you need to borrow here. So how much are you going to borrow in South African rands? You need to borrow in South Africa because you are going to receive amount in South Africa. So convert using spot rate. Rate ya leo. So you say that if spot rate is this one, what am I going to do? I'm going to nitapanda ndege niende South Africa. Fine. Let somebody confirm the amount here. Nitapanda ndege niende South Africa. Nikifika South Africa, I'll borrow the amount in rands. And then I come with it to Kenya. And then tell banks in Kenya, kindly change it for me in Kenya shillings so that I can invest. So, what am I going to do? I'm going to borrow using I'm going to borrow and then I come and exchange. So the bank will buy from me. Nikitoka to South Africa, nimefika Kenya, they'll buy from me the ZARs, and then they give me Kenya shillings. So the bank will buy. So we're using buying rate. Using buying rate. The rates are not the same, so that's fine. I can change. Means that two people have confirmed that it is this one. It's 35. Guys, be keen. Everything that you're doing, don't just copy. Be keen so that you can assist others to confirm. It is not bad to get a wrong figure. It is good. But then, the people who are copying, they will have makosa. So you need to check that you are also confirming so that we help each other. It's not bad. But these are small errors. So we shall say that if one ZAR today, remember this is today, happen today, happen leo, happen in 2 years time, future, 2 years time. So if one ZAR today, we can get it at, the bank will take from us at this one. Then how much ZAR am I going to borrow? Can the bank give me? So that nijue nipiga gani naenda kuborrow. So how much will be equal to 2.13599.1.46 Kenya shillings. So we need to have this times this divided. So can somebody do for me this? 2.13599.1.46 all over 8.025. How much am I going to borrow in South Africa? Assist me. So that is the amount that I need to go and borrow from here. Start with what you know. I know the amount that is equivalent in Kenya shillings after 2 years itakuwa hii. How much should I invest so that I get that in Kenya shillings? I got this. If I need to invest this one, I don't borrow in Kenya. I borrow in a foreign land, a certain amount that is equivalent to this, then I invest. So what is the amount that is equivalent to this in South African rands? It is this one. Now that is the amount that I'm going to borrow. So after borrowing, I now convert it. I now calculate the amount that is the loan. How much loan will I pay in rands in 2 years time? Then I compare with what I was supposed to receive. What I was supposed to receive was this video. So I'll be able to compare. So let's now invest here. This one. What I was supposed to receive is that one. Let's see what I'm going to get here. So you can calculate. So we have to use the borrowing rate. Borrowing rate upper. The borrowing rate in South Africa is 12%, isn't it? 12% higher. So you say that the amount is now A is equal to this amount 167.16 times or into total percent is the same as 0. So it is 1.12 into -2 into raised to 2 years here. The total percent is the same as 0.1 plus 1. The way we did this, 1 plus this. So it is the same as 0.12 times that. So we can calculate this. So it is 1.12 times 1.12 times 2, 6, 7, 6. So I'm going to pay 3, 8, 0, 9. That is the amount that I'm going to pay in 3 years' time. That is the amount that I'm going to pay in 3 years' time. Have I saved anything? Huh? No, hii pesa. This is the amount that I'm supposed to receive in ZAR. Lakini ile mtalipa ni hii when I use my market. So I'm going to pay more than what I'm going to receive. Is it advisable? So you can compare it from this side. Is it advisable? It's not, eh? It's more expensive, eh? Okay, so from that point, you can advise the examiner. Secondly, you can decide to convert now this amount in its equivalent Kenyan shillings and compare with the 2 million. So even if you compare it with 2 million, in Kenyan shillings, you can say that if in 3 months, you say that if 1 ZAR in 2 years is equal to 8.1132, then how much will this give you? Then 333,880.09 is equal to what? So we have this times this. How much are you going to receive? Is it times? Eh? This one is ZAR. This one times this. How much is it that you're going to pay in ZAR? In Kenyan shillings. The answer that you're going to get is in Kenyan shillings. So we have 333 point. Oops. No, it is not 132, it's 312, eh? 312. 312. So I'm going to pay a total of 2.79, no, 779, sorry, 775.211. So I'm going to pay 2.7 million instead of, and I receive 2.4. So it is not economical in any way. Are you getting one? It is 2.71. Mbona umetumia figure gani? Si hii. Au wewe umetumia 8.132. Should be this right. 8.312. That is where the difference is. So it is still expensive. Higher. So that is how you can go about it. I just wanted to jog your mind on money market again. You see how you can move about around it for foreign exchange. We have around 10 minutes. Let me see if we can do one question within 10 minutes. Ama mmechoka? If you guys are as tired, I give you assignment. If you're not tired, I do one more. Are you tired or not? If you're tired, I give you assignment. Let's do one more. Alafu najua kesho hatutarudia hii money market thing. We are just going to do, we are going to do another question direct. We shall do black shells tomorrow. We're sitting in this May 2018. May 2018, May 2018. Can you guys try this? Huh? They are saying that Kikumi Limited expect to receive 750 euros from a credit customer in Europe, in European Union in 6 months' time. They expect to receive, that is a receipt, in 6 months' time. The spot exchange rate is this one, per dollars. The spot exchange rate is 2.349 euros per dollar, And the 6 month rate is 2.4 per dollar. The following commercial interest rates are also given. So we have this commercial rate. Kikumi does not have any surplus cash to use in hedging the future euro receipts. Evaluate whether the money market or forward would be appropriate. Which one do you prefer? So this one is foreign receipt. Topistas, sasa imekuwa rahisi. Ama wewe ulikuwa umeiva tayari. The first thing that you need to do is to say a receipt. Receipt of 750. Topisa anasema assignment iko sawa, amechoka. Wacha nifanyie Kimboi hii mbio tuende. So receipt is 750 euros. Receipt is 750 euros. Then the exchange rate, spot rate. Naona vile wanaandika spot rate you're given us 2.4. We have 2.349 euros. That is euros against USD, right? Hata niandike tu hivi. The other one is 2.4212. Then euros against USD. That is a spot rate. That is a rate in 6 months. That is a spot rate. The 6 months, that is forward rate. Now the spot rate is this one. Oh, tumepewa tu one rate. Hakuna buying or selling. So they are giving you a mean rate. Sawa. In this one umepewa mean rate. The exchange rate ni moja. So hakuna buying and selling. Kwa hivyo hiyo stress ya buying and selling unaachana nayo kwa sababu you have been given one rate. So this one is 6 months. This one is spot rate. Spot. This one is forward. 6 months. Forward. Ukipewa hivi, don't worry about where the selling and buying is. Rate ni moja tu. Hiyo ndio unatumia. Sawa. So they didn't have to disturb our mind. So you've been given that. They're saying spot rate is that, and then we have forward rate, this one. Then these are the exchange rate for the borrowing and lending rate. So we are only having one rate. Fine. Now forward rate. So forward rate, what do you do? We can say according to the expression of this, we are having euros against US dollars. So This guy needs to receive, he expects to receive this amount in euros, meaning ako wapi? Which one is the home currency? Huyu jamaa ako wapi? Which kind of expression is this? Ako wapi? Tumeambiwa, you need to know where he is. Tumeambiwa Kikumi Limited expect to receive 750 euros from a credit customer in the European Union. Sasa Kikumi mwenyewe ako wapi? Which country? Is it in Europe or it is in US? Ako US, thank you. Ako US, that is why and I expect to receive the money from the other country, Ako US. So which kind of expression is this? Is it direct or indirect? With that knowledge, which kind of expression is that? Is it direct or indirect? Which expression is this? Under direct, we are saying that you'll be given the amount of home currency that is required to receive 1 unit of foreign currency. What have you been given? You've been given the amount of foreign currency because the guy is in US, so home currency is US dollars. So you've been given the amount of euros, that is the foreign currency that you require to buy 1 unit of. Tuko pamoja Ruth? Ama bado inakusumbua kidogo? So this one is indirect kwa sababu tumepewa how much euros we require so that we can get 1 unit of dollar, and dollar is the home currency. So it is indirect. Now, anyway, that one is not a problem. Kama ungepewa rate where you have the buying and selling, you have to determine that. You have to know which one is home and which one is foreign. How is the expression, which one is buying and which one is selling? Lakini hapa uko safe. Uko safe kwa sababu hautatafuta hiyo. Yes, home currency is the denominator. Thank you so much, team. Now, that one tushamaliza. I'm saying, look, that you need to understand that because in the next question, they are going to give you a situation where you have to decide which one is the buying and which one is the selling. You cannot know that if you don't know which quotation you've been given, whether it's direct quote or indirect. So in a forgery. So we are told that how much this person will receive in forward contract. We start with the forward contract. So in forward contract, we just go to the future rate, 6-month rates. So you say that if we don't have to check whether it's buying or selling, it's only one. So you say that if 1 USD is equal to 2.412 euros, then how much USD will we receive if we have 750 euros? So it is 750 times 1 USD all over 2.412. How much dollars will that be? $750 divided by 2.412. So this person will have to be 10, 945, 945.27 USD. That is for money market. Hiyo ndio atapata. Money market, that is what you should get. Let's look at the forward. So money market, we are saying that money market, no, forward market, sorry. Forward market, forward contract. Forward contract is equal to 310, 945.27 USD. So let's do our money market and then we go home. You guys are home. So you go to your cubicles and sleep. Let's do one, then you go to your cubicles and sleep. So money market. In money market, we need to draw our table. Draw a table with the legs. Then we always say that borrowing to remain this side, and then investing to remain this side. We'll just now ask ourselves, who is investing? This one is a foreign receipt. So foreign receipt, our home country is US. Foreign receipt, we borrow foreign. So we are borrowing in Euro. So this one is Euro. Is the borrowing. We borrow Euro. We invest in US because it is a foreign receipt, borrow foreign. So we invest in US. Naelewa hizo policies, the rule. Foreign receipt, borrow foreign. So once you bring in here, borrow, foreign Euro, you borrow here, invest here. Now, the next thing, what are we having? What are we having? We have amount that we're supposed to receive in 750 in 3 months time. So this is the period, 6 months time. This one is 6 months. This is the period, 6 months. In 6 months, we want to receive amount that is equal to 750. Amount put in the country where it is. If it was in dollars, you put it here. This one is in euro. So you put it here, euros. Then now you move from here now. This amount you need to receive in 6 months time. Now move and know how much are you supposed to borrow. Now you go up. Are we together? From here, now go up. So if we are going up, how much are we supposed to borrow? Then we go and invest. Use now the borrowing rate. Use borrowing rate because you are borrowing. So you say, borrowing rate there we are given how much? This deposit, that is investment. So borrowing is this one. We are borrowing in Europe because we are going to receive in Europe. So borrow here. Higher. 8%. So you say the amount that we need to get, which is 750, which we need to get in 6 months time. That is what we are going to borrow and pay in 6 months time. So is equal to the principal that we're going to borrow plus 1 into R. How much is this? 750 is equal to the principal is what we don't know. Still. And then rate we know 8%. So it is 0.08. 6 months time, 6 all over 12. This one, if you calculate, it seems like 4 goes here 3 times. 4 goes here 0.02. Then 3 here 1, 3 here 2. So this one is the same as 1 point. This one is 0.04. So 1.0.04. No, 1.04. Okay, so we are saying that our P is equal to 750 all over 1.04. How much is it that we need to borrow? That when we will be paying, nafaa to borrow sahi, wakati tutalipa, tutaleta hii. What is the figure? So we have 750 divided by 1.04. We need to go and borrow from the bank. Amount that is equal to 742. 6 months time. 574.26. So tuchukue loan ya hii pesa in euros. 742 574.26. This is euros. Euros. Now convert using spot rate. Go and invest. So you say that if, what is the spot rate? Are we given? Are we given the spot rate? Yes, they are here. The spot exchange rate is 2.349. 2.349. So you say that if 2.349 euros is equal to 1 USD, then how much 742 will give us so we have this times this divide. We divide. So this one is equal to 742 574.26 divided by 2.349. How much is it? Divided by 2.349. We need to get 316, 123, 123.57. This is the amount that we need now to get. There's the dollars. So this one is the dollar that we are investing. So invest this amount. Now invest for 6 months. 6 months. Investment rate is given us 721. Are we getting different things? P. Allah. What is it? 0.02 times 2. That's okay. So 750 divided by 1.04. 721. So this is wrong. 721. Wale wana copy. Endelea kucopy. Copy tu kabisa mpaka tupotee sisi wote. Endelea kucopy kabisa juu unataka kulala. Unataka kulala. So hauoni kitu. Haya. Ona hiyo maajabu. Mimi yangu na rap tu hivi na iko sawa. So 721 153.85. Divide. Endelea kucopy kabisa 24349. So we are going to have here. We need kindly confirm kama hii ni ukweli. Okay. Check if that is true. Nimechoka na maajabu. Is network issue? Which question I had network issue? The question is May 2018. Nimepatana nayo mahali hapo. May 2018. Question number 5. Inakujaga huko mwisho. Remember what I told you. 97 marks. So this is the amount that we need now to check and I say that those who are copying to continue copying 60 because we shall meet in exam. Shall meet in exams. Now invest this now. Use investment rate. Investment rate is given now. Now invest using for 6 months in US. Invest in US sasa ndio hii 2%. So invest 6 months at 2%. So kindly calculate, then tell me. So we invest and say that the amount that we shall get is equal to P, which is now our 37004.62 times into 1 plus R is 0.2, so it is 0.02 times 6 all over 12, because it is 6 months. Then we have here 307,004.62 into, this one seems like we know it. This one seems like we know it, 0.01. So we have 1.01. What do you get there? 307,004.62 times 1.01. So we're going to have, this one is 310. Aha. That is the answer. No. Unapata ngapi? At 0.3. Wewe. Ama nimefanya wrong thing. So money market is equal to 310, just like this one. But now it is 0.74.67. This one is a receipt. Since it is a receipt, forward market or forward contract is the highest. So the investors should go for forward market. It is the highest. Since it is a receipt, the investors should go for forward market. It has the highest return. Tumemalizana? Tomorrow we shall start looking at the Black-Scholes, and I think that will be the end. The rest will now be, in case we have time, we shall be looking at some areas, but for now, we should be okay. We shall look at Black-Scholes tomorrow. We shall look at Black-Scholes and then arbitrages. Remember the arbitrages? We have local, we have triangular arbitrage, local arbitrage, like that. So let's meet in the next lesson. For those who want to join us, you can join us. The remaining revision, we only charge 1,000 per paper. If you want videos for the previous classes, you can get and continue with us at 1,500. You get video and continue with us. 1,000, you only join now going forward. Contact still remains the same. Or 0720 52500. 26839808 ama 0720 52500. This one is not visible. Those are the contacts. 26839808 or 0720 52500. Any question? Any question? Let me write for you my name there. CPA Dennis. Have a good night.